Hello, welcome back to another social dilemma video. And this dilemma is impossible to fix, okay? But we should recognize that it is a huge part of many problems that we have everywhere, not this country, everywhere, okay? Group think. Do I need to go and explain what group think is? But it's everywhere. A lot of people base their behaviors on many things. It's just not on voting, okay? This is how our species behave. At time, we can blame it on laziness because instead of step back and think, apply some critical thinking about anything, it's just easier to go with the mob. It's easier to go along with the crowd instead of being the one that question what the crowd is doing, right? It's human. Okay, so I'm not saying that if you follow the crowd, you're doing something abnormal. You are doing the normal thing. For me, being kind of an outsider for most of my life, never fit in any groups, I tend to be the person that observe, listen to any topic or issues, and step back and think about what it is that people are trying to say. And then I can make my own decision whether I'm gonna go along or not go along. Okay, I can't really say that I follow the crowd often in many things, but that's just me. Okay, I think in many ways I am kind of abnormal, as I told my wife and my son many times. I'm just not foolishly follow anything just because the majority is going there. But for us, a lot of people identify who they are with the group voting, right? A lot of people just blindly vote for their party out of loyalty to the party without caring about any of the issues or understanding what it is that they are voting for. It ties in and relate to vote based on hate and fear. Okay, this all ties in, and that has been a huge problem for a long time. And I see this happening time and time again, and I can give you a bunch of little examples with my own family, not immediate family, but I have nieces and nephew that are college age or just graduated young, 20 something, okay? And my niece is a senior in high school right now. She has two very good friends through her middle school and high school years that they got along so well that they applied to the same college and plan to live together in the same dorm room or dorm apartment in college. Okay, they already got that all set up. And one girl is black. My niece, of course, is Vietnamese, and the other friend is brown. Okay, so you have a Hispanic, Mexican, a black girl, and an Asian girl. They all have very similar grades, similar SAT score, and come from similar income background. Okay, so it's all equal. Okay, it's all equal. And when they all were accepted to the school and get their financial package, and they compare what they got and what they didn't get, my niece said the academia scholarship was same for all three of them. But when it come down to scholarship that address minority, that award to minority, she was excluded. And she was confused. Why didn't I get that? How come I didn't get that scholarship? Why my two friends got that? I should have asked her specifically what the name of that scholarship was so that I can talk about it. Maybe the next time I talk to her, I will ask her specifically what that scholarship was. But that's the story that I heard from her mom, my wife's twin sister. And my advice to the niece is, if you have went through your 18 years of life so far thinking that the word minority applies to you, when you hear politicians talk about minority and fight for minority rights, think hard about who they are fighting for and why you are voting for them, okay? A lot of time, that does not apply to you. It's Asian, all right? Just know that. As an Asian, I often butt heads with many other Asians that argue with me why I don't vote Democrats, for the Democrats. You are a minority. What are you thinking? First, let me repeat. I'm neither a Democrat. I'm neither a Republican. I'm loyal to no parties, okay? No parties. But the fact that there's a lot of people blindly vote, groupthink, thinking that they belong to a certain group, they fit in with a certain group. That's not, I advise anyone that can unshackle themselves from the group to think for themselves, okay? Here's another story of my nephew. My nephew, hardcore Democrats, graduated from college 3 years ago, but all through the last election, the previous election with Donald Trump, he was hardcore Democrats because he was in college. Okay, is that a surprise that you hear that a college age person, a minority, an Asian, are up in arm to vote against Trump? No, it's not a surprise, right? And he spent that summer before the election, well, right after the election, actually, 2017, here at my house, interning for my company. And we have many discussion about minorities and all the political parties. And, I was not going to convince him. I didn't try to convince him. I just explained to him why I am the person that I am, why I vote a certain way, why I don't listen to either parties. And after he graduated in 2018 and spent the last 3 years working on Wall Street. Yes, he worked for Wall Street, in Wall Street. He lived right on the Upper East Side. He's living the dream. He's living the American dream. I don't think he would mind if I tell you that 3 years out of college, he's earning $150,000 a year last year on Wall Street. That's not crazy money for New York City, but it is no chump change for someone that just worked 3 years. Okay, so kudos to him. But he did make a funny comment recently when he discussed his salary. He's like, I am definitely not going to vote for any parties that want to raise my tax. Oh, really? What happened to your view when you were in college and you want to tax the rich? How time changed quickly when you start to make money and see how much taxes are taken out of your wallet and went to some wasteful things that politicians love to waste your money with, right? Yeah, it's funny to hear his comment about not voting for anyone that will raise his taxes, because Even after 3 years out of college, he's already sick and tired of paying so much taxes to the man. So yeah, I don't have a solution for groupthink. I wish everyone can step back and think about everything. That's not how we are, okay? This is for another video. It's one of those human traits that are god awful. We are lazy, all right? We are Laziness is one of the chapter in my book that I never wrote. Men are not from Mars, women are not from Venus. We are all from freaking cave. And this is exactly one of the chapter, groupthink. And then another chapter is laziness. Okay, we don't want to think. Thinking is too hard. It's work for a lot of people. Just go along with the crowd. And usually the crowd is not right. Usually. Okay, so is it a wonder that we make so many mistakes, whether on the personal level or as a nation on a bigger level? Because groupthink is rarely correct. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.